Hey, it's Mo. Happy Thanksgiving, first of all, if you're in the US, my buddy right there. My buddy the turkey is with me today. And I get it, everybody's totally like spending time with family and thinking Black Friday and all that stuff today, which is totally fine. Um, I know some people are just kind of hanging out. Maybe they're not doing anything big for Thanksgiving, and I thought you might enjoy a video, particularly a favorites video. And maybe you're like kind of reflecting and thinking about not what you're going to get next, but what you have that you like. And so I thought a favorites video made sense on Thanksgiving Day. So that's why I'm here with you today. And I've always known that when I did favorites videos, I've only done one so far, so we're pretending that this is my first one. I always wanted to include fragrance and a throwback in any favorites video. So I am going to start that with this one, with my November favorites. And the fragrance I want to talk about is from Chanel, and it is Gabrielle Essence. So in 2017, Chanel released Gabrielle, and then in August of this year, they released Gabrielle Essence. And really the only difference in the packaging is that it will say down here, it says Essence, and it shows the same thing on the box, just in case you're looking for this. They look virtually identical with the exception of the word Essence. The difference in this one is it is a little more rich. The notes are a little bit more brought forward. And I don't want to say stronger because it is not at all a strong fragrance. It is still fairly lightweight, kind of a transparent floral, but it's not like a floral that sticks in your nose and gives you a headache and all that stuff. It's pretty light, pretty effervescent actually. And it's a nice introduction to Chanel if you've always felt like, oh, Chanel fragrance is like number 5, that's way too heavy, whatever. This is a nice introduction. It is a well-made fragrance. Chanel grows their own roses and jasmine in Grasse, France. This particular fragrance showcases tuberose, jasmine, orange blossom, which I love, and ylang ylang. If you're not familiar with ylang ylang, it can have notes of banana, just slight. Anyway, the combination is lovely. For me, the orange blossom is what I smell first, and then it just kind of, to me, shines like a bit of a warm jewel throughout the wear time, and then it ends on kind of sandalwood and musk. So nothing overpowering. It's beautiful packaging. They made this bottle actually specifically for the Gabrielle line. I don't know how it works, like how do you make glass go in like that? So beautiful packaging. It would be a lovely gift for someone, or if there's a fragrance you're looking for yourself and that kind of fits your description. Into makeup favorites, I don't know what order I'm going to do these in. I'm doing this very casually, and I'm doing it like straight up YouTuber style. Look, I've got the Starbucks, and I am fulfilling the stereotype today. Actually, let's start with a lip product that I am enjoying, and it's from Laneige. It is the Lip Sleeping Mask, which tons and tons of people have raved about. But for holiday, they released 2 limited edition fragrances, we'll call it, scents. There's a cocoa mint, I think, and then this one is called Sweet Candy, and this is the one that I've been liking. If you know the original Sleeping Mask, it's very berry, almost like between berry, watermelon, bubblegum, the original. This one has less of that. It's a bit more sweet. It still has a hint of berry because they say there's a berry complex of some sort in here. And if you're not familiar with the Lip Sleeping Mask, it comes with a little tiny spatula, and you kind of dig in there. And for me, I just really apply it generously on my lips right when I go to bed, and I still have a decent amount of it on when I wake up in the morning. And I do think for me it helps because my lips get dry, my hands get dry. I mean, I put lotion on at night and I feel like my hands are still dry, but that stuff really, really, really works for my lips. And we'll just stick with lips for now. Another favorite for lips came from a set, actually. I had reviewed this. This is from Buxom. It's the Gimme Glitter set, which is, I should say, it's still available at Sephora, $25 set. But this color in particular, this is one of the shades that's exclusive to that set. The color is Eve, and I just really like this color. You know, I don't usually go for like browns or warmer tones like that, but this one's just really a beautiful neutral on the lips, and it's got, you know, like I said, this is gimme glitter, that's what they call it, but this formula I really like because I don't end up with like pieces of glitter on my lips after I take it off. It's really, really a beautiful shimmer, really nice shade. So I want to tell you that's my favorite because it is, truthfully, but it's only available in that set. So, you know, that's kind of how that goes. But if you would enjoy that set or know someone who would, I definitely am thumbs up on that one. Foundation, I still am loving the Shiseido Synchro Skin. I wear the shade 140 Porcelain, and I reviewed this a while ago. In fact, when it first came out, I reviewed it, and I just really like this. I'm wearing this, I'm grabbing it a lot, like day to day, pretty normal life. I get up in the morning, I get ready quickly, I go to work all day. It stays with me. It has broad spectrum SPF 30. I use an SPF on my face every day as part of my skincare, but that has extra SPF, or if you don't wear an SPF, it's better to have some than none, even though I would always encourage you to wear SPF every day. So I am enjoying the Synchro Skin very much, and I'm using it a lot, and that to me is usually the best recommendation. If I'm really using it, then I must really like it. Another one kind of along that same line that I reviewed a little while ago, but I love, is the Kush Mascara from Milk Makeup. I'd heard a lot about it. I'd never tried it because it's an expensive mascara and I'm kind of a cheap mascara girl, but I really am considering this my new holy grail mascara. That's saying a lot for me. I did a review kind of on a holiday set with this in there too, which is how I discovered it, which is why I like holiday sets. And I'm going to link all this stuff below in case you want to watch it or whatever, but it's super heavy packaging. Like I said in my other review, it's practically a weapon. And it's got a natural bristle brush, meaning not like rubber or plastic. And it just, I don't get it, but it doesn't clump. It doesn't clump on me, and that never happens ever. So that is definitely a favorite for November. I think it's going to be a favorite for the year and for a long time. That is my theory. Let's talk about a couple of things that I've recently reviewed. One of them for cheeks is the Laura Mercier Soft Cheek Palette. Such wonderful packaging, and I didn't know the packaging when I bought it. I had only seen the colors, and I happened to find this in a Sephora store. I wasn't looking for it, and I am grabbing this a lot. I look back at my Instagram feed, and so many posts are like, oh, the Laura Mercier Soft Cheeks Palette, Laura Mercier Soft Cheeks Palette. So it goes with like everything. It's just, you know, I really, really like it. I am wearing one of the highlighters today. I'm wearing this one down here, the more rose-toned highlighter. So that's the glow that you're seeing, if you're seeing any on my cheeks today. And I do have some sunlight today. I only work with natural light. I mention this in every video. And this time of year, it's definitely limiting the times when I can film because the sun goes down so early. So today we're just enjoying the fact that there is sunshine. Another one that I recently reviewed was the Charlotte Darling palette from Charlotte Tilbury. I got it. I love it. I just really like this. This is right up my alley. And I thought it was going to be too warm, and it's not. The formula is gorgeous. The colors work together beautifully no matter how you mix and match. And I have gotten a great eye out of this every time I've worn it. That to me is kind of the win right there. Only available on charlottetilbury.com. It is $57, which is in keeping kind of with her pricing, but know that up front that it is not an inexpensive palette for me, because I think I will use this a ton. I'm okay with that in this particular case. Oh, one cheek product I wanted to show. I don't know if you're familiar with these from Colourpop. They're the blush sticks, S-T-I-X, and particularly the shade Pretty Thing. I just seem to be grabbing this a lot also this month. It's just kind of a, you know, a rosy shade, and you know, I don't know that a swatch is going to do a lot for you, but so for example, that's what the swatch looks like, but I've got this on today. So I go super easy with these. I put the stick on my cheek, I make a few like dots, I pat it around with my finger, done. And one of the reasons it's my favorites is that I came home from work, so my makeup's usually on like 11 hours by the time I come home from work, and it was still going strong. It hadn't faded. I seem to have that a lot with blush, that it just seems to kind of go away. Not this. I was really impressed. It was still around, and I really like this particular shade. I think this would suit a lot of people, kind of that rosy flush. So I really, really like that. And actually kind of sticking in the Colourpop theme, which is not on purpose, but it's what happened to be my favorite this month. I'm wearing this on my eyes today. It is from the Frozen 2 collection, Disney by Colourpop, and this is the Elsa palette. I ordered this as soon as it was available from Colourpop. I have already seen Frozen 2. I'm a nerd. But here is, I didn't really show you that outer packaging, and I really should, because I think they did a nice job. You can't see it well, but there's like little glitter here. They even paid attention to like the sides of the box. That really surprised me. Same with the palette. You know, the patterning goes all the way around, all the way through. Of course, kind of a stylized illustration of Elsa. And again, it's got that little bit of glitter, but it's not the stuff that comes off on your hands. It's quite fine. So just a pretty palette overall. And then here are the shades. So this is what I have on today. And aside from the fact that I was kind of excited that there was an Elsa palette, one of the reasons I got this is because of this color, blue. I don't wear a lot of blue makeup or clothing, really. I just don't wear blue very much because they often just don't go for me. They don't match my eye color or enhance my eye color. And there's only very specific shades of blue that lean cooler and closer maybe to periwinkle that actually look good on my eyes or with my skin tone or whatever that combination is. And as soon as I saw this online, I had a hunch that this might be that type of shade. And it is. And I like this whole palette, but that was the reason I chose it. Now, I'm going to tell you that this, as with many blue and purple shades, it is not as immediately pigmented when you put it on as like these more maroon shades down here. So I really recommend, if you're going to use this, to use a finger to put it on. That's what I did kind of out here today, and it works fine. It's really a nice color. I really like it. I do wish it was easier to make blues, you know, that the pigmentation just immediately was there. I don't know why that's difficult, but I'm not a scientist. But it is a beautiful shade, and I'm really glad I got it. And then the interesting thing is the rest of the palette, I wasn't sure. It's like, what do you do with this? I've got a blue, and I've got this like kind of deep Bordeaux or maroon, and then there's this maroon that has like a matte with a glitter, and of course there's a pressed glitter, which I don't use because I don't want glitter getting in my eye, because that's not safe. And there's, you know, kind of one that you'd use maybe for an inner corner highlight or maybe on the middle of the lid. And then like this Northern Lights shade looks so pretty, but what do you do with it? And Gale, another beautiful shade, but what do you do with it? And the more I've used it, and I've used this several times, the more I like this palette. Partially because I don't look at it right away and know what to do. I kind of had to think about it. I had to get a little creative. I had to try things out and do different things. And I won't use the pressed glitter. I already mentioned that. I think I've used every other color in this palette. Yes, I have, for the few looks that I've done. And I really like it. The Colourpop quality, a lot of people will tell you it's just good. This is a $15 palette. I was able to use an affiliate code on this. I think I used Beauty Cult. I think I used their 10% off code, and it worked on this, which surprised me. So that was nice. I saved some money on it too. But I've made great looks with this. The quality is great. Colourpop shadows are, relatively speaking, inexpensive. The quality is good. Good pigmentation. They blend nicely. They are just good shadows. Surprisingly good for the cost. So Colourpop in general I'm a fan of, but this palette in particular, this is definitely a favorite this month. Since I've gotten it, I've used it several times, including today. And I'm just really enjoying it, and I'm just going to make a little commentary about, you know, that whole, like Elsa and why this palette makes sense for her. And it's evident in the color scheme, especially if you see Frozen 2, that these colors really make sense for her. But beyond that, I sort of love that it is reflective of her in the way that it doesn't just make sense the minute you look at it. You know, it's not laid out logically and perfectly, because her whole thing is like, she's different. And she's trying to make sense of that. And I don't have any idea if the people who created that had this in mind, but to me it makes sense. And I kind of like that element about it too. In addition to liking the looks I've gotten and the quality, I kind of like that extension of Elsa's personality too. So this is a huge, huge favorite for me this month. And to go along with that, I did also order from Colourpop the Elsa lip color in Little Snow, which is what I'm wearing today. This one was pretty simple for me to decide. This is their Cream Luxe formula. It's my favorite Colourpop lip formula. A lot of people say the same thing. This is the packaging, by the way. And I knew this was in a color that I would pretty much like. Here's the inner packaging. Really, I think they did a lovely job on the packaging for this whole... It's a small collection, but they did a really nice job. And then the color itself, which as I said I have on, looks like this beautiful rosy plum, maybe you'd say. It's just a lovely rose. I mean, it has that like, ooh, I'm cold, beautiful color. So there's a swatch of it, and then here it is. And the Cream Luxe formula is so nice because it stays on really well, like remarkably well. And it feels good. You know, I'd say by the 4 or 5 hour mark, maybe I'm like, yeah, my lips might feel a little dry, but not like a liquid lipstick or anything like that. So I'm thrilled with that lip color. I think it makes perfect sense as part of her collection. And those two things, big, big favorites this month. Which leaves us with, my throwback. So I've been loving makeup since I was pretty young. And so I keep trying to find things that I used to love, and do they still exist, and are they the same, and that kind of thing. And today I found this last night. I wasn't looking for it. I stumbled across it, and I was really thrilled because when I was like 9 years old, I had one of these. It is the Lip Smacker Dr. Pepper Lip Balm, but it's not just the Dr. Pepper Lip Balm. It's the jumbo big fat one, and I had this, I remember distinctly around Christmas time when I was like 9 or 10 years old, and I just kept putting it on my lips and putting it on my lips because I was like waiting for presents to be put out or something like that. And I have always wanted another one of these, but I didn't think they made it anymore. It sure smells the same to me. I can't guarantee it, but they did a good thing by keeping this. So that's my throwback for today, and it makes me very happy. And that was at Target, and it was $4, and it came actually in, came in really cute packaging too. So if you know someone like me, they might love to find that for the holidays. And that's it. That's what I got. And I wanted to say thank you to people who have been watching, because it's just really nice to know that, first of all, there are people with a shared interest who are interested in makeup in the same way that I am, and that we're just here to kind of hang out and talk about makeup. You know, I'm not selling anything. I'm just sharing what I like. And I'm trying to do that certainly from the perspective of what I enjoy, but also trying to think about what questions you might have about a particular product or something that like I'd be curious about. And I've been watching YouTube videos for about 6 years, and I know what I like, I know what I don't like, and so I'm trying to kind of think about, if I was watching, what would I want to see. So that's really what this is all about, and it's always about helping you figure out, is that something I would like or wouldn't like? Would that color work for me? Would it not? That's why I'm here, and I feel thankful, actually. I hope you're having a good day, and I will talk to you soon.